Good evening. In these few minutes, I would like to share with you my journey from working as a sustainability consultant on sustainability management systems to coaching people and groups for sustainability, one pebble at a time. There's a saying that goes, you cannot read the label on the jar you're in. Well, let's say we all live in the same jar. And the first time we had the opportunity to see how beautiful and finite it is was in December '72, in this picture taken by Apollo crew members. In 1972, we were 3.9 billion people on the planet, and the first oil crisis was a year away. Please meet Mr. Adam Smith, the father of modern economy. In 1776, Adam Smith introduced the concept of a self-regulating market, in which the interests of society are better served by individuals promoting their own interest. 100 years after Adam Smith, the first oil wells announced the beginning of the second industrial revolution. In his horse and coal-powered economy, Adam Smith had no idea of the consequences theory would have at a larger scale. 250 years after Adam Smith, we are now 7.2 billion people on the planet. This is 10 times as many as in 1776. Our world has changed. Technologies have changed. Physics and human sciences have changed. Yet, the assumptions of our economic models remain the same. In 2050, we'll be 8 to 10 billion people, 3/4 of which living in the city, mainly in coastal areas. By that time, the middle-class population will more than double to reach 5 billion people. The consequences of this is exponential growth. One of them is climate change, which impacts we can already see. Since the beginning of the first industrial revolution, the world temperature has increased by 1 degree, and it's supposed to be increasing by 2 to 4 degrees in the next 100 years. Now, this is a wake-up call. But today, the question is not only about sustainability, it is about resilience, about how to cope with the consequences of unsustainable development. Major cities such as San Francisco have appointed this year their Chief Resilience Officer for the first time. So, what does this have to do with me? This may be what you are wondering right now. And this is the question that guided my work for the last 20 years. What I found is that working on sustainability management systems is not enough. In 2010, when BP Deep Horizon platform exploded, BP was listed in the Dow Jones Sustainability Index. In my trainings, I was using BP as a best-in-class example for their sustainability strategy and reporting. Too often, sustainability is considered in a continuous improvement, where what is needed is actual systemic change. It takes more than incremental end-of-pipe solutions to overcome the challenge we're facing. After all, the electric light bulb was never invented by improving the candle. So, if we are serious about meeting the needs of present and future generations, we need to reset the assumptions of our economic model. The only way to promote society's interest is to actually pursue these interests and embed them in a vision that encompasses a collective well-being. What is the world you want to live in? What is the world you want for your children? These are questions we need to ponder in order to create a vision, not a linear projection of our present. We need organizational systems that are aligned with that vision. Can we consider, from a wider perspective, systems efficiency than simply short-term savings, for instance? Systems that aim at maximizing stakeholder satisfaction. We need collaboration with internal and external stakeholders. There is no one-size-fits-all solution to the magnitude of the sustainability challenge. Companies who are engaging with their stakeholders enhance their chances for success, long-term success, and their capacity to innovate. And of course, sustainability needs an inspired leadership. Empathy and the ability to deal with complexity are the qualities of the leaders we need. Recent studies have shown that there is a correlation between managers' level of consciousness and the degree of their environmental and social commitment. So when I work with organizations and coach them for sustainability, I use this frame. Is there a vision aiming at the greater good? Are the systems in place aligned with that vision? Is there collaboration? Is collective leadership supportive and engaged? Ultimately, though, organizations don't change. People do. And in that change process, we need to go beyond denial or resistance that are brought by our fear or cynicism. There is in each of us a deep longing for connection and meaning. Aligning our actions with that longing is the key to sustainability. Aboriginal people from Australia taught me two things: that sustainability is the outcome of an attitude that honors the legacy of ancestors and the gift of nature, and that sustainable decisions are those taken for my good and the good of all. So, sustainability one pebble at a time is a call for action, for people, for groups, for organizations, to develop empathy and connection with others and with nature. I believe we have our part to play as consumers, as citizens, as professionals. So what will be yours?